Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. We are going to do a Hack Shack interviews with the great Eric Weathers. He has a new book on Indiegogo. I think he launched it yesterday. And we have Taylor Grosso with us, the great Taylor Grosso, and she will be reading your chats.
Hello, everybody. I'll be answering any questions you might have for Art or Eric here, so feel free to chime in.
She won't be answering those, but she will be reading them.
I say answering?
You'll answer for Eric.
Oh, no.
Hey, so how do you feel about that, Eric? Taylor, what do you think? Or Guinevere?
Yeah, I misspoke. I meant that I'd be reading them, not answering them. That would be very strange.
Eric renamed you Guinevere.
I like it.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. So how you been, Eric?
Pretty good. Can't complain. I'm a little under the weather with allergies or a cold or something, but other than that, things are good.
Where are you? Is it Kansas?
Yep. I'm in the land of Oz.
Ooh, very cool. Well, your book is cleaning up, man. You are doing so well. I think you're like 7,500 and you launched yesterday. Am I right?
Yeah. 7,500. We launched about 11:15 yesterday morning and doing quite well. Really happy with it.
Yes. So do you want to get right into the book, or do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself, or what do you want to do?
Well, let me.
It's your show,
myself.
Eric.
Yeah.
This is all about you.
Move over, Art.
Okay. I actually did move over. You're so commanding.
Well, there you go. See?
I physically moved.
Yeah, I have that presence just with my voice.
I know.
So I'm Eric Weathers. Most of you may have seen my work as a letterer on many of the Comicsgate books. I've lettered Jawbreakers, Graveyard Shift. I'll be lettering Brutus the Badass by Donnell and Nasser. I lettered Asami Children of the Rusu. I've got a whole list of stuff that is still in the pipeline. Ravage from Ben Hennessy and Cautionary Comics, and I'll be doing all of the Cautionary books. It was just announced, I guess officially announced yesterday on Twitter that I'll be lettering Red Rooster by the Brightwisers. And yeah, so I'm in all your books, and I'm trying to put my own out there now too.
So you're the Richard Starkings of Comicsgate.
That's right. That's right.
You're gonna take over, man.
It's Comicraft with a K instead of a C.
Ooh, it's Weathercraft.
Weathercraft.
Yes. No, I like that. And also, aren't you working with Doug Tenaple?
That's correct. Yes, Earthworm Jim, and I'll be lettering that in Doomkicker and Gunship Thunder Punch. See, there's so many; it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, I eavesdrop a little bit from time to time on Doug's morning show, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys are working on a new font for Earthworm Jim. Is that right?
No, he had a font created for him, and we are using that. So when he did a book a few years ago called Newts, and he hired somebody to make a font, and that is his font, and he's used that since Newts. It's the same font you saw in Bigfoot Bill, and we're going to use that in Earthworm Jim as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very cool.
With an Eric Weathers spin, I take it?
Well, I want to give... I think I'm going to try to make it look as much as Doug as possible, because he's got a certain style and a certain thing people expect, and I just want to kind of let people not get thrown off with something that I might do. I'm sure I'll do things differently than he does, but I'm going to hand draw the letters hand draw the balloons like he does, and in Photoshop, which is a nice change of pace, because I usually just letter in Adobe Illustrator.
Okay. Yeah, I've taken jobs like that before when I've inked other people, and they're very specific, or the style is very not rigid isn't the right word, but very detailed, very deliberate.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of room for interpretation. And so you basically try to do the best job you can to accommodate that style. So I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and it's been fun. I've done just a test page so far. I'm waiting for him to upload more, but it was just like he has his little Ford Motor Company assembly line of how these pages are going, and we ran a little test to make sure everything would run smoothly.
Is that Earthworm Jim? Is that all new art, or is some of it like reprinted stuff?
No, it's all new. He's starting from scratch. He's writing a new story, and it's 160 pages, and
Wow.
burning the midnight oil every night.
Yeah. Well, let's get into your Indiegogo here, Flying Fortress, and have you talk a little bit about that, since we know who Eric Weathers is. How long have you been lettering?
Well, I've been lettering professionally, I guess a little over a year. I did a lot of indie stuff. I lettered Flying Fortress is where I learned to letter. I spent 6 years on this series, and I cut my teeth on every aspect of comic book creation. I co-wrote it, drew it, inked about 95% of it, colored it, lettered it, pre-pressed it, and sold it at conventions. So this was my 7 years learning how to make comic books from the ground up.
You taught yourself every aspect of the creation of a comic book.
Yeah, and I learned what I like and what I don't like, and it turns out I really enjoyed lettering. So I was a friend of mine was doing sort of an update of one of his books. He wanted a new letter, and he put a call out on Facebook, and I tried out and got the job. That was sort of my first professional one. That was probably a year and a half ago. And then knowing that I really enjoy that process, I jumped at the chance when John Malin was looking to hire a letterer for Graveyard Shift. So
he had like an open casting call, and then you
pretty
answered?
much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Twitter it was like, we want to hire a letterer for Graveyard Shift. Reply to this tweet with this hashtag by this date with your sample. And he said, we want a 90s early Spawn style, so like a Tom Warzakowski style. So I pulled a page from his campaign, because all that art was unlettered. I just pulled a page from it, and I grabbed some lyrics from a song and just sort of made it work. I didn't have a script to go off of or anything. So, and
I have to ask, what was the song?
It was One by Metallica.
Ooh,
I think it fit well with the Graveyard Shift page.
Yeah, you were basically you were talking John's language.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. This looks really amazing. Is this your colors as well?
Yeah.
You are a Renaissance man. Holy crap.
Excuse me.
So this is your pencils, inks, coloring, and lettering.
Yeah. There's lettering on the. It was a big undertaking, and it would take a long time to get a book done, and I would, struggle with every aspect of it. And I've always drawn, and I always wanted to be a penciler, and really I just wanted to be just a penciler growing up. The guys from your guys from Image were my inspiration, and I was like, I want to do that. And then this sort of happened. Some friends and I came up with this idea in 2010, and we kind of put together a little ash can in 2011. And we didn't have money to hire anybody, and I was like, I'll just do it. Let's just go. Let's just make it happen. So, over the next 7 years, 6 or 7 years, I forget the timeline exactly, but over that time we put out these 8 issues, and I just felt like people knew that I was going to be doing this Oz book, and I thought, a good way to sort of prime the pump, maybe get some more people interested in my work, get my name out there a little bit more, would to be put this out first, since it's already done. It's been done for a couple of years. We finished it in 2017, and just re-letter it, maybe do some minor fixes. You're familiar with remastering a book. And
I'm not
going in depth as you, though.
Drawing it.
Yeah. I'm not going that in depth. I am just going to fix a couple of things that have bothered me since the beginning. And
you say that now, Eric. You say that now. Yeah.
I know. If I open that can of worms, I'm in trouble.
Well, the work looks gorgeous. It doesn't seem like there's any real reason to. I mean, it looks pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. So you're in Kansas. Do you do the Kansas City? No, it's not Kansas City. It's the Smallville Comic Con.
Smallville Comic Con is near me. I did it 1 year. It's actually pretty small. The big one is the one in Kansas City. It's Planet Comic Con,
Right.
and that's the one that I haven't been in a couple of years, but that was the one I sort of trailblazed on for this book. And every time we have a new issue, we'd make sure it was ready for the show.
Yeah. Well, where I was going is, did you do the Smallville Comic Con last year and the year before?
No, I think I did it in 2015, maybe 2016.
Okay, because I was thinking maybe we did the show together and just didn't know each other at the time. Because I've done it. I think the last 2 years
Oh,
they
really?
flew me out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's another show here that's in November that I should have the guys reach out to. It's called Air Capital Comic Con,
Okay.
and it's in Wichita, and it's they don't do any of the celebrity stuff. It's all comic focused. I really enjoy the show. So
Yeah, I did one last year in Kansas City. It wasn't the big one that you had just mentioned. It's a smaller one, but that show's great. I like that, and everybody was telling me I should go out to that. Which one did you say that is the big one in Kansas City?
Planet
Yeah, Planet.
Comic Con. Yeah, that's the biggest one. That's where I met a lot of my friends in the industry. So that's a good show.
I like that city too. Kansas City is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the food is terrific.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go to oh man. I completely blanked. There's a barbecue place there there are a lot of barbecue places there. It used to be called Oklahoma Joe's, and now it's just called Joe's Kansas City.
I went there.
The one in the gas station?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
My daughter was there. We went. Man, it was so good.
You gotta go back. You gotta get a Z-Man if you didn't get that the first time.
No, I didn't. And there's a place called IP something. It's a burger place, and it's all handcrafted. And oh my gosh, it was delicious. I ate so well when I was in that city.
Yeah,
California, everything's diet, everything's like kind of bland. And when you leave the state, even Texas, the food is so delicious because it's very flavorful, and they're not so worried about everything being so healthy. And yet, there's a lot of skinny people that live in those states.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, There's a lot there. So
yeah.
There's more than just barbecue.
What's that?
And there's more than just barbecue. There's some really good hole-in-the-wall places that you got to know about.
There's one place in I think it's in Kansas City. It's next to Royal Stadium, and it's like they refer to that guy that runs that as, remember Soup Nazi from Seinfeld?
Yeah.
It's like he's like the barbecue Nazi guy. So if you don't have your order right, you kind of stumble through the menu or whatever, he goes back of the line.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to a place similar. Like, we were supposed to meet some friends there, and they were like, we got there beforehand, and I can't remember the name of it, but Gates Barbecue. And like everybody that lives there knows the process, but you have to like know what you need, and they're like barking at you at the counter, like, what do you want? Like, they have this certain thing they would say to every customer, and it was very awkward to do. And then we felt like we were being attacked, but luckily our friends showed up and saved the day.
Yeah, that sounds like the exact same place.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, and it's like if you go up and you just like ask questions, they're like back of the line. Like they really expect you to know exactly
your nonsense.
Yeah. And Taylor, they didn't really have plates. They just kind of put the food right, like on like it's butcher paper, I think they call it. Yeah, so they just kind of slap it all down there, and but it's delicious.
Hold out your hands, and they'll just scoop some in there for you.
Yeah, it's
Real
very
barbecue.
delicious. Yeah, we'll go to Kansas, Taylor. We'll get some good barbecue. Yeah. So is this going to? How long is the campaign going to be up? Getting back
30 days. We launched on June 6th. And I think it's closing on July 5th, I believe. So just after Independence Day.
So 29 days left for you guys
Yes.
copies.
Yes. So you want to talk a little bit about the concept? Let people know
Yeah.
what the
So
story is?
let me give a quick rundown. It's a story about a top tier B-17 crew. They are on their final mission. If you do so many in a row and you actually get to go home, and they're on their final mission, and it's a top secret one. They actually get a new plane and everything for this mission, and they're set to go bomb Hitler at his Eagle's Nest compound in the Black Forest of Germany, and they are successful in their mission because they are the best at what they do. But after they drop their payload and send Hitler bye-bye, and they turn around to come back home, and that stirs up the hornet's nest, and this experimental fighter comes out of nowhere and blows them out of the sky. And that had some technology on board, and they accidentally ended up crash landing in the Middle Ages, where they unravel and discover a whole conspiracy to take over all dimensions with the Infinite Reich. This is a mad scientist, sort of Red Skull kind of, he thinks Hitler was too small-minded and just wanting to take over the world. He wants to take over the world in every dimension. And it's up to our crew to figure out what's going on and how to stop it and how to get back home.
So is it a time travel or an alternate reality type story?
Alternate dimension. So they crash into this alternate dimension that it's still 1943, but this particular dimension had only progressed up to the Middle Ages. And we hint at other ones, like maybe there'll be a dimension that opens up and it's way futuristic, one that, the asteroid never hit and dinosaurs are still around. So we're going to, in the future, if this does well, we've talked about playing with a sequel and really diving into that whole thing. But this right now here is just the contained story of how they get there, discover what's going on, and how to get back home.
Well, I'm intrigued. How do you feel, Taylor?
Definitely intrigued.
We are intrigued. We are on board. How many
Right.
pages is this?
It's over 200. If I throw in the ash can at the back of the book, that'll push it to 216 with all the covers, because we had originally printed it as individual issues for the cons, and then I want to do a bunch of backup stuff, concept sketches, pages that got cut, all that kind of stuff. So it could go up to 250. I don't know yet, but that's sort of what I've been estimating is about
Is the
200.
ask can added? Is that going to be a stretch goal?
No, it'll be in there. I haven't decided because it is sort of a zero issue. It's sort of like I guess like a preview of what to expect in the story. It was what we sort of our first, like, we got to get a book done for a convention, so we have something to show people. And it's just a little 8-page little teaser kind of ash can thing. So it's going to be probably in the back of the book, but that's already guaranteed to be in there.
Okay. So then it is going to be at least 200 pages.
Yeah, definitely over 200.
Okay.
And they're already done. I just a few fixes and relettering the thing, and it'll be ready to go.
So is this a new cover? Did you draw the cover? I know I see Kyle Ritter did the coloring on it.
Yeah, I drew that cover, I guess a couple weeks ago, and I was lucky enough to have Kyle Ritter color it. So yeah, that is the only time that this is a brand new piece of artwork, and that'll be the cover for the omnibus of this story. And I couldn't be more happy with it. It turned out wonderfully.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And it looks like you've grown quite a bit as an artist too. This looks a lot more polished than the interiors.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and that's sort of part of the buy-in. That's sort of part of the journey with reading Flying Fortress, is seeing that growth from issue 1 to issue 8, or I guess you could say chapter 1 to chapter 8. I mean, you're going to see a big difference. It's going to look like somebody else worked on the book. I mean, I'm not trying to pull a bait and switch here. I try to be as clear as I can that this story is, it took us several years to do it, and it finished. We wrapped it up even a couple of years ago. So I have grown as an artist, and you get to see that growth page to page. And I think it's
Oh,
I think it's a fun time capsule as well.
don't even worry about that, because one of the things when I broke in the business, I felt a little bad about that as well. And I
Mhm.
think it was Howard Chaykin. I mentioned that. I said there's a lack of consistency from issue to issue, and he said you're growing as an artist. He said don't make any apologies for that. It's like they're time capsules, right?
Yeah.
So of course you're going to get better and you're going to grow, and you're doing it in a very public way. You're doing it in front of people. So I applaud it. I actually like it. I think part of the fun of picking up Flying Fortress will be to see the evolution of you as an artist.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a big part of it for me too. It was like, we joked about remastering it, but there is that part of you that's like, I mean, I could really blow this thing out of the water now if
Yeah,
I were to redo it, but I'm not going to draw 200 pages of stuff I've already drawn.
He says now.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
you'll do it. Yeah. Eric will get to like 40, 50K like we did, and then he'll start thinking like, no, I can upgrade this book.
Yeah,
Put
I
so much.
probably will start thinking that if that gets that high for sure.
It
Now I
will.
have the time. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great fan base you're tying into. This is a magic time, so take advantage of this. This community that we're building is just so appreciative of these one of a kind comic books that we're creating for them, and this doesn't look like this looks like it's not going to be an exception to that. It looks very,
Appreciate that.
very good, Eric. So
Thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, and the story is very intriguing. I mean, without getting into a lot of detail, I think you've sold a lot of people on the concept already.
I hope so. I mean, we had a lot of years to sort of refine our pitch, so I think I got it nailed down pretty well.
What would it take? What level of success would it take to get a Flying Fortress 2 out of you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would probably for this campaign, or maybe even just like flying for. That's a good question. Maybe it'd have to be in the five figures for sure. Um, Probably in the 40 to 50 range.
Oh, really? Okay, that's not too bad. I think you'll
Yeah,
get there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope
So
so.
oh, go
You never
ahead.
know how these things can really turn out, and I was lucky. I felt really lucky to get funded in. We did it on Doug TenNaples' channel in just over an hour. It was about an hour and 15 minutes, and we got the initial funding, and that felt good. So, we've still got 29 days left, and I know that the middle of the campaign can slow down a little bit, but I'm looking forward to seeing how well it can do.
Well, I think at the very least, I think it works this way in like a general way. Your first week and your last week. So, like at the end of your first week, if you double those, that's like the worst you'll probably do.
Mm,
So at the end of, like, let's just say you're at 7 at the end of the week, which you'll be way above that. Then you'll at least have like 14, 15K. Um, I would think so. I think you're going to go well above that. I think this is a great community, and also you have Doug TenNapel on your side.
yeah,
So that's a great ally to have.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug's a good guy, and I was like, hey, he's had me on I'm lettering his book. He's had me on his show a couple of times, and I said, hey, if you're up for it, I'd appreciate it if I could launch the book on your show. And he was like, of course. So it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, I came out with a book called Chrono Mechanics. At least, God, it was like 10 years ago, and I met him. The book hadn't even come out yet, but I had an ash can at San Diego Comic Con, and we were both in the image publishing area. We had tables, and he gave me so much advice, and he just gave me so much insight on independent publishing, what it entails. Even though I had been with Image, prior to that, but not really as like a creator own, and not really promoting myself, because the one thing about what we're doing, Eric, is it's so different than like the 35 years of the industry that I've been part of, because I've been able to hide, not so much hide behind, but like Marvel and DC promote all the books I do, and even when I published with Image in the early like days of Image, like the first 3 years, I think, of Image, that's when I was there, putting out these independent projects. But to be honest, the Image Eye was selling those books as well. So once again, it was kind of like, not hiding behind, but having a strong publishing company that was helping promote or doing all the promotion for your book. So what we're doing now with these independent crowdfunding is it's all us. There's no one else. So if you can get a strong ally like Doug or EVS or Mike Miller or even Taylor and I, it's very beneficial, and everybody's so open to sharing their platforms, the Indiegogo channels and things like that, to help the community grow. This is an amazing time to be doing comic books.
Yeah, it's a really great community we have going here, and I just think that I feel lucky to have been a part of it. It's just I'm sort of known as like, I letter everybody's books, and so it's nice being able to put my book out there that I spend a lot of time on, and have it be welcomed into this community of creators and fans, and everybody just sort of like saying, yeah, I believe in this. This looks good. I'm going to back it. And I like it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Oh, I was just gonna say we got Andrew Venables and Zero Fox in the chat, and D Wolfman just showed up, and D Wolf says, "Happy to see this book on campaign."
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you do, Eric? Did you do any market research on the best time of year to launch books, and because they have like the best months, the best days of the week, all that stuff?
I didn't research deeply into it, but I did notice that, well, for one, right now, it felt like the iron was hot with, everybody launching and doing well. I mean, Doug, Brian, Elliot, Von Klaus with Monster MD, Shinobi Sasquatch. I mean, all these books sort of hit and did well, and I felt like it was a good time. And honestly, I hear that the fall is probably the best time for crowdfunding. I think maybe it's sort of like before Christmas spending starts.
They said it can be if you're going to fulfill for Christmas. So if you're going to fulfill for Christmas, it can be good, but if you're not, it's not good.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think, was it? It's August, strangely enough. And what was the other month, Taylor?
Ooh, August, and
it was weird. It was like April or May.
I think it was May. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it was either like late April or early May, because the only thing I could think of is because of tax refunds.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so people feel rich that time of year.
Yeah,
I'm not just going to pick up one Flying Fortress. I'm going to pick up two.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you could get the signed book for $35.
Yeah, let's go over the campaign.
Yeah, let's talk about our tiers.
Let's let Taylor read them, because Taylor's being quiet here.
All right.
All right. So the featured perk here is the Flying Fortress Remastered signed, and you get 11 by 17 cover print, and you also get an 11 by 17 top secret print.
Ooh.
Yet to be announced.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about that?
Yeah, I can't yet. I have somebody that I've talked to that is a strong maybe, and I would really love for this person to commit fully, but they're very busy.
Does he have a beard?
No.
Does she have a beard? Does he wear glasses? I'm trying to narrow it down. Does he have Does he have long Asian hair?
It's like Guess Who?
No long Asian hair.
Nope. Is his name Cecil? Okay, so what do we have next?
Well, we have the unmastered books. Now, are those the original run?
Yep, that's the original print run. I have a short box with about 15 of each of them, and it is the original 1977 Star Wars version of the Flying Fortress story. So you get to see it as it was before I remaster it.
Oh, very cool.
And there's only 15 available, so if you guys
Yeah.
are thinking about it, jump on there.
And there's 8 of them, right, that have been sold?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
right?
8 sold, so only 7 left, and you get both volume 1 and volume 2. So you still get the same story, but it's super discounted one because it's unmastered, and there won't be any of that extra supplemental material in the back.
How many pages are each one of those issues?
The volume 1 I think is 96, and then volume 2 is 104 or 108.
Wait a minute. So you get over 200 pages of content for $25?
Yep,
Wow.
you
Oh,
most
I
certainly
think we
do.
just found the deal of the century here.
Zero Fox in the chat suggests need to have Miss Sashi do a bombing Betty pinup.
It's not a bad
Ooh.
idea.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool.
Does she have a beard?
I don't know.
She may.
Get those stretch goals. And then we got a digital graphic novel version
Yep.
and the core signed book for $35. That's
Yes.
200 pages for $35.
And you know what? I'm speculating here, but I bet you Eric has the best signature at Comicsgate.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he's a letterer.
You're
must
right.
I won't even fight you on that one. I'm sure it's true.
I'm sure it's all
Very
neat
cool.
and clean. Oh my
my
gosh, I
gosh.
thought I smelled this. My daughter just brought in chocolate chip cookies. Oh, peanut butter chocolate chip.
Amanda.
Oh man, those smell so good.
Did you bring some for the whole class?
Yeah, can you smell that, Eric?
Yeah, it smells great.
Yeah, it's delicious. They're delicious too. Okay, so we have the signed book with the best signature in Comicsgate, Eric's.
And you can get what you wanted, or you can get 2 of these for $60.
Ooh,
That's 400 pages. If you'd have to read it twice, though.
yeah. You could put them in separate rooms and then just go, like I'm going to be in, the living room right now and read Flying Fortress. And then you could go, I don't know, some people call the restroom or the bathroom the library.
The
You
lavatory.
can have a Flying Fortress in your library.
Mhm.
Never
Yeah.
be without.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the signed book with a head sketch inside for $75.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
every tier that is 50 and over will includes all of the prints that were mentioned in the $50 tier. So you do get the cover print and the top secret print, anything 50 and over.
Even the Sashi print by the bearded Sashi.
If that comes to fruition, yes. And you'll see stretch goals in a little bit. Those will be all physical backers. We'll get stretch goals.
Very cool.
And then you can get an original penciled page of art for $200 along with your signed book package.
Are these Love by 17?
Yep, 11 by 17. Well, as I said earlier, I sort of cut my teeth on learning how to make comics. And so some of the books I only penciled, and I would scan those in and just darken them and consider that inked. I know that's blasphemy to you there, Art, but
Ouch.
it happened. That was the early stuff when I was not confident in my inking. And then other times I would scan in the pencils and digitally ink. So I have a lot of penciled pages. But then I was like, okay, I can do this inking thing. And then that's why we have the $300 tier.
Ooh, the
Which
upscale. Yeah.
there's 68 available of.
Let that be a lesson to all of you think that inks aren't worth anything. Eric just put a value right here.
There you go.
There's $100 value to Eric's inks right here.
Yeah, got a stack of almost 70 of them. We're ready to go. And you'll get you get the art, the book, the prints, and any stretch goals if we reach them.
Wow, you're moving every one of these tiers. Even the higher tiers, you're moving products. That's great.
Yeah, try to make a good value for people.
Well, it's working.
And you can even own one of the original run cover art pieces if you want to get this $500 tier right here.
Are these inked?
Yes. So I'm only doing the inked ones. That's why there's only 4. So these are the original covers from when they were floppies, and you get that. It comes with the issue that it was drawn for, and then all the other stuff that we talk about. So it is a cover piece, and it is, you get a very rare edition of a book, because I'm not printing any more floppies.
Okay.
And you can get the original remastered cover art, which there's only one available of.
That's why I was going ooh, because I saw the artwork that it was for sale before I saw the the whole tier, and I was like, yes. So if there's a true fan, this is for you right here, the remastered cover art.
Yep.
Yes.
And it looks like the early bird has sold out. So you guys missed your shot on that. But you can get any of these packages we listed here. There's still hope for you to get your copy.
He sold out of the early bird in the first day,
I
right?
did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I I should have, maybe I should have added more, but I wanted to make it a limited time, and get people to get in and do it. And it's a good learning experience to know, like, for the next campaign, we're going to do Operations Effort next, and we'll have to adjust accordingly.
Yes, definitely. But that's 50 books. That's nothing to shake a stick at, as they say.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
Yeah, that's a lot of books.
Yeah.
Yeah. These this reference and stuff, you must have had a blast looking up all these planes. And
Yeah, we even, in 2013, we were already done with the first volume, but we got to tour the Memphis Belle. It came to our hometown, so I had it. It was too little, too late, because the plane crashes. By the time I had seen the book, or the plane crashes in the book, by the time I had all the up close photo reference from the actual B-17. But I have it there just in case.
I don't know if it's a spoiler. Is that the shot where you see it crashed in the?
This one.
Is that it?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
That's still in Earth Prime, 1943. As you can see, they're on a base there with the Jeeps rolling in and all of that. So
the medics are coming in.
Yep.
Andrew Venables says 200 plus pages. Yep, that's value.
That is value.
That's what I'm hoping to bring to the people.
And the original covers over here.
Well, Eric, do you have anything else to add? Anything you'd like to leave people with?
We did announce our stretch goals today. As you can see, they're right here.
Yes.
At the 10,000 mark, everybody's going to get it's 200 pages. You're going to need to get a bookmark.
Yeah.
Keep your place. So that's at 10,000. We're going to add a bookmark, 2-sided, high quality. I'll have some mock-up art soon to kind of give people an idea about what that will look like. And then, as you can see, we want to add a trading card, a die-cut sticker of either the logo, or maybe we'll do a pinup girl sticker. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think people like that.
Yeah. And at 20,000, if you scroll down a little bit, that's the Ted Lehman print.
Is this the artwork here?
This was fan art that I got.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? I'll put him to work.
His name's Ted Lehman. It's up there on the stretch goal, as you can see his name, and down below the art there. We're going to get it colored up and have that as a print at our $20,000 stretch goal. And it's a beautiful piece. I saw that and I go, man, you should have been drawing this book.
Well, I don't know about that. That's good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, I mean, that's the rundown of the campaign as it is now. I know things can change as the days and weeks progress as we go through this, but I'll listen to feedback from the audience if they're like, hey, we want XYZ, we don't like XYZ, so we'll see. But that's
I have to ask this one question though. What is the most fantastic, and you don't have to answer this if it's a a spoiler, but what's the most fantastic, because my imagination is going crazy already, and I'm thinking time travel, timelines, all this other stuff. So what can you tease us with, which is like an interesting, like, I don't know, timeline merge experience that's in the book? Who do they come in contact with?
Well, there is some alien technology that you find out about.
Ooh.
And that you see that sort of unravels the That's sort of the tip of the iceberg that unravels what the heck's going on with all these, why are we here? Why are we stuck in, why is there castle and knights and these weird monsters trying to attack us?
Yes, I like that. That's good. That is very good. Can we hijack this for a minute, Eric? And we have a giveaway for people in chat. We've been
Go
giving
for it.
these black and white 25th anniversary prints. They're 11 by 17, and we have this little. Well, how would you call? What would we call it? It's not a contest. It's
A giveaway.
but they have to do something.
They
to get it.
do.
What do they have to do, Taylor?
What they have to do is, should I show them on the camera?
We should show them. This is what you'll be getting.
All right, our camera's out of focus. Perfect. Google Hangouts is the worst camera on earth. This print is very beautiful.
It was also colored by Kyle Ritter.
It was. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away this 11 by 17 print here, but you got to say the code phrase. And people who have been watching the channel for a while will know what that code phrase is. But if there's anybody new in the chat, that code phrase is "from the ashes."
From the ashes. So when you pick up the book, you will know what "from the ashes" means. It's a major part of the black and white storyline. So look at this 25th anniversary logo that Taylor came up with.
It was a collaborative effort.
It was all you. Stop.
So if you guys want this, chime in with your "from the ashes" in the comments, and we'll take down your names, and one of you is going to get this print.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is write in the chat "from the ashes," and then with this very hat that I have laying around the studio here, we will put your names in the hat, and then I will draw a wiener out of it.
Draw a wiener.
A wiener. So yeah, Taylor did all the graphic work for this. And if you don't know, Taylor is my partner, my creative partner at the studio at Hack Shack Studios here. And she's co-writing black and white. And she's doing, she's starting to do a lot of the artwork, the background elements and some of the remastering aspects digitally. So she's a great partner, a great ally to have.
Thank you. It's a good time here.
Wait, oh man, I don't have it. I was going to show. Let me go grab, if you could, from the archive, from the closet. I'm going to show off your work here.
Oh gosh.
It's the one where they're actually chanting "from the ashes." So this is one of the scenes in the book. I'm going to put something over. I'm going to put something over some of the panels here so you can't.
Yeah, there's
see.
a little bit of spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So this panel right here, they're all chanting "from the ashes, from the ashes." Yes. And so then you would answer with "we will rise," right? So that's the whole.
From the ashes, we will rise.
We will rise.
We will rise. Hey, you drew that upside down.
Is it upside down?
You drew
Wait.
it. Look, your board's upside down.
Is it?
Oh, he means the blue line board is upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
printed.
my head. Hey Matt, you're messing with my head here. Yeah. Upside down.
It was, yeah, the blue line was printed upside down.
That was intentional, just so Eric could give me crap.
That's right.
Rebels.
Man, you blew my mind there. Like, what? Upside down? Because we have this camera kind of situated, Eric, and it's kind of in a weird position because it's one of those cameras, that clips onto your computer monitor.
Yeah.
But we had to kind of jerry rig it so it technically is upside down to give you a right side up image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing because I have the one camera and I have to attach it to like a gooseneck and flip the video in my computer to when I'm doing like a drawing stream or something like that. So
it seems like you would be able to, like, the camera program would have a way that you could like flip the image to where the camera worked in different positions, but it really doesn't.
yeah, I'm able to flip it through a program called OBS. I don't know if you use that, but
yeah, we do. But Hangouts is the worst because Hangouts is so limiting.
yeah, there's a plugin you can get, and I realize who I'm talking to, but there's a plugin you can get.
Well, no, you're talking to Taylor, so she knows.
Okay.
So
So it's called Virtual Cam, and basically you can use it to make your computer think that OBS is your webcam, so that when you're using OBS and you can have all your stuff on screen, turn your camera around, do all of that stuff. And then through Hangouts, when you pick your camera, OBS camera will be one of the ones, and then it just grabs whatever OBS is doing and puts it in Hangouts, as if it were just your regular webcam.
I think that's what we have, and we did adjust it before, but wouldn't you know it, it's
a little out of
back to where
focus.
it was.
Yeah.
Divine Fire Studio says, "Sup, Eric? Thanks for backing my book, Inktober. Just sent out your copy."
Yeah, that's Eric Nienaltowski. I got the email this morning, so I'm looking forward to that.
Neil Towski's a good guy. He's been on the
Yeah.
show. We did Comic-Con Revolution with him a few weeks back, right?
We did. That was a good time.
We were the end caps. He was on one end, we were on the other.
You guys were dominating the space, huh?
That dude dominates the space. Have you seen his booth? Holy poop.
I haven't. No.
He's got the wall of prints, and he had the whole corner. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's one of those guys. I see.
Yeah, he's got the whole dog and pony thing going.
Yeah. Legit.
The furthest west I've gone for a con is Denver. So I haven't been anywhere out west for a show. I need to.
Well, I hope to be Kansas City soon because the food is so good and the people are amazing. So
yeah,
we'll hang soon, Eric.
That sounds great, man.
Yeah. Okay. So do we have enough names?
We have a few.
Should we call it? Okay, let's go. We're gonna go 15 seconds more.
All right, 15 seconds till you guys can secure this print. So don't forget, From the Ashes. There's still a chance.
Type in the chat. You got 15 seconds.
I got pre-ripped paper this time.
Yeah, we were actually ready for this one.
Last time there was quite a few people, and we were trying to scramble to find paper to write down their names.
Oh, and by the way, you guys, if you're within the United States, shipping, no problem. If you're outside, we're either going to have to fold the print, or if we could work it out like with the shipping, that would greatly be appreciated. We do send these in a tube, so these are sent quality, but it costs quite a bit to send them overseas. So just know that if you want them sent, I guess first class, but if you don't mind them folded, then that's not going to be a problem for us to pick up the tab for the shipping. So yeah. So make sure. Oh wait. Oh, we went over. So we'll give it another 5 seconds. 5 seconds, you guys.
Get in there, folks.
From the Ashes. From the Ashes.
From the Ashes. Does it count if I just say it?
No, you have to type it in the chat, Eric.
Well, I'm not in the chat, so.
Wait a minute. One of these say Matt Weathers.
Uh-oh. That's me, right?
He's a wiener. Yeah, that would be.
Wiener.
Oh man, I felt so bad. If you guys don't know why I'm calling Eric Matt, is I came in late. Was it one of whose stream was it?
Was it a drawn and quartered? I've been on a couple of those.
Yeah, maybe. And I came in, and there's a bunch of Matts in Comicsgate, and I heard your voice, and it sounded really familiar. So then I just chimed in like a big shot, and I just go, "Hey, Matt," and you're like, "What?" My name's not Matt, and so then everybody in the chat, of course, started calling Eric Matt.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is people confuse me and Matt Weldon.
That's exactly. That's exactly what I thought. You both have very calm voices.
Maybe that's what it is. I can't figure. Like he's even said, like people keep calling me Eric Weathers.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not the only one. And then there's a Zach, your boy. Does he get? Is that also Matt? That they think is Zach? There's two other guys that have real similar sounding voices, and they're like, that guy sounds just like Zach.
Oh, that is. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember who you're talking about.
Yeah. So sometimes, I'm sure you're like me, Eric, where you're working and you're just listening to, the Comicsgate guys chat live, and you're just like, oh, Zach's on the show, and then you look up and it's like, well, it's not Zach.
It's not Zach. I think it might be Narwhal that they say sounds like Zach.
Ooh, yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's it.
That is it.
People think I sound like Tug sometimes too. So
Oh, I could see that.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta ham up the southern draw though.
Hey there.
Oh my gosh, you nailed it, dude.
Hey there. Back Flying Fortress today.
You gotta say umbrella girl.
Umbrella Girl.
Oh, that is perfect. All right, so we have
draw.
enough. Let's draw. Let's do this. Okay, so we got enough names in here, and Matthew Weathers' name is in here too.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. I'm not looking. Oops.
Oh no!
Did I just throw one out? Did I throw it? Oh, it's still in here. It's right here. Okay. Okay. It got caught on my finger. All right. So I'm gonna pull this one here. Okay.
All right. This is
So
the
here
one.
we go. It's Martin Vasquez.
Awesome.
Right.
Vasquez?
Velasquez.
Vasquez.
Sorry for missing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Martin. So we will get this print right here. So as we always do on the show, get your butt over here, Taylor.
And don't forget, Martin, contact us through the contact link is the third link in the description. And just tell us that you won the print and we'll get everything settled.
Yes, we'll ship this out to you.
All right.
Taylor's going to sign it with this actual marker right there.
It's me.
Live. Look at that.
Shimmy Shami. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Look at this. Boom, boom. Just for tuning in.
You're set.
Just for hanging out with Eric.
Hanging out with me and Jim
Me and Jim and Matt
and Guinevere.
And what was my name? You call me James or something?
I called you Jim.
Jim. So I'm Jim. Okay, that's our code names. Just like codename Black and White.
That's
All right, guys. So let's wrap this up. Do you have any last minute plugs? Anything to get in, Eric?
Yeah. Obviously, Back Flying Fortress. It's the greatest book you'll ever read.
Second to Black and White.
Oh, okay. We'll see. And
I like that competitive spirit.
subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/Eric Weathers, and on Twitter you can follow me at Eric_Weathers.
Well, very good. And you want to get us out of here, Taylor?
Yeah.
I almost did your job there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say you can support Eric Weathers' Flying Fortress. Second link in the description, and the first link is to Black and White Remastered. The in-demand store is going to shut down on the 30th, so the last day of this month. So don't wait if you're on the fence about picking up a copy of Black and White.
Yes. So the end of this month, we are going to close out our Indiegogo. So we thank everyone who has supported us. And if you're still thinking about picking up a Black and White copy, please do so. We also have the art book Oodles and Doodles, or Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too, up there as well. And I think we're down to about 25 copies of that. And once those are gone, they're gone. So thanks again, and thank you, Eric, for hanging out with us for the last hour or so.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me on.
All right, brother. Continue success.
Thank you.
All right, man.